Okay, you talked about training and training. A young business person who is just coming on doesn't really have that much of resources to spare for training. So, that would mean it might seem like a not very good idea for somebody who is just coming to business, trying to find his feet, spending so much on training of the staff.
You say that if the person uses the whole of, how can the person use the whole of training in? You want to start a business costing you 500,000, 1 million. How much do you pay for training? 20, 30,000 or whatever for capacity building. They're a very small portion of, what do you call it, of your cost input. And realize that what is the disease is ignorance, not knowledge. And that's why I told you, for all the World Bank loans, they put a portion for capacity building. Yeah? If they gave $100 million, they bring about $2 million to train people. You don't train people, all the money you give become wasted. So what they spend on training is such a very small aspect. The worst thing is don't train them at all. They don't, they're left from their right. In the last lecture I gave, those who went to lecture, even when they hire a consultant, they know how they can monitor the consultant and make sure they get value for their money. I mentioned things that many have not had in their life before, and yet they say they're in export business. How do you get paid? Why do you want to go into export? What do you want to export? How do you penetrate foreign markets? How do you drop an export plan? How do you package your products? How do you transport your products? What I gave them was like 5 lectures in one, and they're extremely very grateful for that.
You just talked about capacity building as it's a world recognized need for the growth of any business. I've met with some SME operators, and they have a problem of getting skilled labor. Now, that is not as much problem as getting an unskilled labor, and you train them, and then they are not loyal, they are not honest. So how can a typical SME owner deal with this challenge of attitude, this honesty especially?
The problem of SMEs, which I've been involved at least for the more than past 21 years, one of the big bottlenecks, the problem of accountability, which is also a problem not just in Nigeria, but also in other developing countries of the world. What we need, there must be serious change in attitudinal approach to issues, to call it to work. When I say accountability wants to bring out the best ethical conduct in you. It brings out what you call commitment. I agree. Even when you get skilled people, they will try to cut edges here and there. My suggestion, not only for SMEs, but as a World Bank consultant and somebody who has worked in the presidency as a director, a research think tank, there should be more seminars on ethics, transparency, and accountability in terms of issues and challenges. There should be more seminars, there should be more training sessions. Because my idea is that if you train people, keep on training them until they change. This is how other parts of the world have been through, have been able to overcome. You see, again, I would want to call it patriotism on a company scale. If you know that where you work, get it to them where you work has to survive for you to continue to earn your salary. Then it is good to develop positive ethical conduct. But there must be a lot of training and capacity building. I have given a few lectures like that in the past, and I can still do it, on accountability, transparency, and ethics in business, issues and challenges. Talk to people. Also, in the two religions, all of them preach being good, do not steal. So the religious leaders also have a role to play. There must be a massive effort to change people's whole effort to the idea that I have to steal to become comfortable. Now, some of us, I brought in a World Bank loan of 271 million US dollars way back in the 1970s. I could have made all the money I wanted in the world. I wouldn't be here talking. But from childhood, maybe let me say as an Anglican, my father told me, son, don't take what is not yours. Be good, you will still eat. And I'm happy I listened to that. So what I'm trying to say, there must be a lot of moral education. That's the only way you can change people's idea to corruption. But the issue of corruption is not just company problem. It is also a national problem. Not only in Nigeria, but in developing and developed parts of the world. Because I've been to a lot of these places.
Some people believe that Nigerians should concentrate on saturating their products within Nigeria, but there's also agua, which is an opportunity, a very rare one, where we export to the United States. That is what the Bank of Industry seeks to achieve with its monthly training, and subsequently that is what this episode of the program seeks to achieve. Until next time when we bring you another story from the Bank of Industry, I'm Ini Thompson.